Well, folks, it seems that SAG-AFTRA is admitting that there is an agenda in Hollywood. It's almost as like, oh my god, it's almost as like I was freaking right, as well as many others. Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. And hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, SAG-AFTRA, we're going to get into this article from Bounding into Comics. So, SAG-AFTRA's National Executive Director, Chief Negotiator Duncan Crabtree Ireland recently claimed that the ongoing WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes are detrimental to LGBTQ representation and are preventing artists from making their worldview-changing stories. Yeah, folks. They're not going for entertainment. They want you to adhere to their worldview, and they want to express their worldview in their movies. They're not here to entertain anymore. They're here to preach and to indoctrinate. Crabtree Ireland recently appeared at the GLAAD press conference announcing the Radical Activists Organization's annual report of LGBTQ representation. He stated during the press conference, the studios and streamers' insistence on keeping the industry shut down not only harms the economies and communities that rely on motion picture production, but it also is detrimental to the pipeline of future projects that feature LGBTQ representation. He added, though some gains have been made in recent years, storytelling that reflects the full true spectrum of the human experience is currently under attack. Crabtree Ireland explained the AMPTP companies are complicit in this regressive push. Actually, it's kind of regressive if you are trying to segregate everything. Like, this movie is about LGBTQ people, this movie is not for you if you don't like it, and yada yada yada. If they continue preventing artists from getting back to work and making their worldview-changing stories. Everyone deserves to grow up seeing their identity authentically represented in film and media. Their identity or their sexual identity. Because here's the thing, folks. I don't care who a character is fucking. I don't care about their romance life. I care about the plot, the story. And if the story is an action film, I don't care about who they're fucking or what. It just doesn't matter to me. That isn't something that is important to the story. If it's not important to the plot, I don't give a damn about it. I don't give a damn about your sexual identity or your gender, whatever, non-binary conformitism. That's delusional behavior. Anyway, continuing. He then declared the companies must come back to the negotiating table, make a fair deal, get writers and performers back to work, and help us use the profound power of the medium, along with empowering LGBTQ representation, to build a better, more welcoming future for future generations to come. These idiots have no idea about LGBTQ history in film. It has been representative in film for over 100 years. In fact, 107 years, to be specific. I have been saying this in video after video that covers this bullshit. Vingarn, look it up. 1916 film about a man and a woman who are fighting over a woman. So yeah, the National Executive Director concluded his remarks stating, so the AMPTP companies, I say, come back to the bargaining table, let's make a deal and end the stalemate so we can get back to doing what we do best, sharing our diverse and authentic stories. You know what? Social media has ruined entertainment. Social media has indeed ruined entertainment because this is all they ever want to talk about in their marketing. Diversity, equity, inclusion. What happened to diversity of thought? I have no problem with people of different skin colors being in film. I have no problem with people of different sexuality being in film. But why does that have to be the overshadowing story of the marketing? Why does that have to be the agenda in the movie? Why can't the agenda of the movie simply be to entertain the masses? Folks, this is why people have a problem with entertainment today. This is why Hollywood's total freaking gross is dropping steadily. It's because these idiots at GLAAD are trying to push this crap and say, we need 50% of representation in all film. When you actually think about it, less than 10% of the entire populace of the world is LGBTQ. That is an unrealistic comparison when they're saying they want 50% in all film. Crabtree Ireland was not alone. SAG-AFTRA President Fran Drescher also stated during the press conference, right now there is a very tiny but loud segment of our population that's hard at work spreading hate and fear while attempting to squash all storytelling that showcases the full beauty or the full beautiful reality of the human experience. Really, who is that? Who is that exactly? Certainly not me, certainly not everybody else that I know, because they are simply saying you can have it, you just don't need to continue bashing people over the head with it, because that makes people uncomfortable with it. You are pushing people away. I know people who are in the LGBTQ community. They hate what Hollywood's doing. Anyway, seeing diverse representation on screen is vital for empowering everyone to embrace their authentic selves. Why do they need movies to do that? What is wrong with simply just living how you are, unless you're a pedophile? Because then, yeah, that sort of stuff is not right. The longer the AMPT companies keep entertainment industry shut down by refusing to come back to the bargaining table, the more risk there is for disrupting the progress that's been made in terms of inclusive representation. Folks, like I said, it's been over 100 years for the LGBTQ community. They've been represented for over a century in film. Drescher concluded, let's make a deal that will end the stalemate so we can continue sharing diverse stories and create a more hopeful, empathetic society for today's young people. Here's the thing. I don't care who you're screwing. I don't care what your gender identity is, unless you are enabling the delusional, non-binary lifestyle. I don't accept that because I'm sorry. Nature, by its very definition, is binary. Male, female. That's it. There is only two genders. And to say that is not bigotry, it is fact. Science supports the fact that every other creature, instead of the delusional humans out there, all abide by the invaluable and very important truth that humans, or that all nature is binary, male and female. So yeah, stop pushing this BS of otherwise. The union's co-chair, National LGBTQ Community, John Stewart, also stated, seeing diverse representation on screen is particularly important for young people. Maybe because they don't understand that a moral compass and the idea of ethical behavior and morals are more important than whether or not you feel like you're a man in a woman's body or a woman in a man's body. I'm sorry. I am a man. I have no problem admitting that. Just look at my beard and whatnot. Also, folks, I identify with people who don't look like me, who are not the same gender as me, who aren't even the same species as me. Take Star Wars. I identify with all the main characters, and they are very much diverse. But continuing, they deserve to see themselves on screen. Why can't they see themselves through a moral lens? The actors and the writers know this. This is our lived reality. You all seem to be playing saying that these people are persecuted for some weird reason. I have not seen one concentration camp of people who are in the LGBTQ community, unless it's in China, because then, yeah, there is those concentration camps. WGA Vice President Michelle Maroney also declared during the press conference the doors of the entertainment industry began opening to LGBTQ writers at a time of significant downward pressure on pay and working conditions under the new streaming model. Wrong! The LGBTQ community, again, 1916. They have been in film. These people don't even know their own history. These writers whose hearts and minds are bursting with stories they have been waiting too long to tell now find themselves in jobs that don't pay them enough to be able to sustain a career. The stalling of the AMPTP companies for the last 136 days and their refusal to engage in a basic negotiating process. They came to the negotiating table. Negotiations failed, so they left the table again. And gives the writers a fair deal, threatens to impede the progress made by LGBTQ writers and deny our culture of powerful, authentic LGBTQ stories. Mulroney concluded. As I said, folks, this is what they want. They don't care about entertainment anymore. They care about themselves and wanting to see just themselves on TV. And I'm sorry, but they've been doing that for a while, and that new Velma one is a great example of how these people see themselves. They see themselves as dumb pieces of shit who are also very bigoted toward anybody who is different than them. The Velma girl who did that Velma show on Max basically made white people out to be assholes and POSs and straight people to be very bigoted, even though that's not the proven case. Ironically, the whole diversity agenda being pushed by SAG-AFTRA was revealed to be a racist agenda by Emily Goldstein in a thought catalog published in 2015. In the article, Goldstein said diversity is about getting rid of white people, and that's a good thing. Oh, wow. And here's the, in the article, link. So if you go to this article here, I will put the article in the description of the video so you can all read that article for yourself just by clicking this blue bit here. I'm extremely glad that the white race is dying. And you should be too, she added. White people do not have a right to exist, period. This is a direct quote. That may sound like a bold statement. No, that's a racist statement. That's a genocidal statement. But it's entirely true. Any white person with even the faintest knowledge of history should curse themselves every day, single day for being white. Eventually, she concluded, diversity is needed, or is indeed white genocide. And white genocide is exactly what the world needs more than anything else. Still think it's not about getting rid of white people? What do you make of the SAG-AFTRA admitting many of the movies and TV shows are indeed propaganda attempting to change the way people think? I think that The Secret's out. It's very blunt, and it's very blatant. And people like, what's her name? Let me get back up here. Emily Goldstein are genocidal psychopaths who need to be put in a mental institution. Because they actually want white people dead and extinct. So yeah, I'm sorry folks, that's actually right there, black and white, in the article, right here. Let's see the damn article. The article you are trying to reach has been reported by the community as hateful, abusive content. For more information, our reporting system, head to our page to return to the home page. One of the more common memes that I've seen, white people, yeah, continue. And, yeah, white supremacists, yeah, folks, look at this. White people do not have the right to exist, period. This is right here, blatant for you all to see. And, yeah, this is the freaking article. So how much more proof do you need that Hollywood is anti-white. Anyway, folks, that's going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of all this hateful rhetoric coming from SAG-AFTRA and GLAAD? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Have a wonderful day. And always remember, stay humble, because we all know that Hollywood and the racists that are there are not.